Hi Grace, it's Pastor Maddie and happy Easter. We are still enjoying the new life and resurrection that began this past Sunday as we celebrated Easter Sunday together, and we are looking forward to continue in the spirit of new life as we look to reopening beginning this upcoming Sunday, April 11th. Now, this has been much anticipated, and our councils and trustees have been working really hard to track with the CDC, with the Great Plains Annual Conference, and just make sure we're being as safe and preemptive as possible in how we can care for one another and be church together. So we are looking forward to this reopening, and if you are still in a place where you're not comfortable, or maybe you're out of town, whatever it might be, we will still be offering our online and live streamed worship experience that we've been doing for the past year. And so if you feel more comfortable with that, that is available, and we will see you for worship on YouTube. But for those who are excited to get back into the sanctuary, we are thrilled to have you. Some things to note about our guidelines and policies first. All of our doors for worship will not be opened until 10:30 a.m. So please do not come before then. They will not be open. We need some time as leadership to prep, and we also want to limit exposure time as well. But the doors that will be open at 10:30 will be the doors at the west side of the building, so by College, the south side by Janes Avenue, and then the east side by the parking lot. We will also have the elevator door accessible for those who need it. Again, all of that is at 10:30. If you have been joining us for virtual Sunday school, we will be continuing virtual Sunday school throughout the month of April, and the councils and trustees will be meeting about small groups and other building usage conversations later in the month. But for now, we are continuing with virtual Sunday school, so we encourage you to attend. We'll probably break 5 to 10 minutes earlier so that folks who want to come for in-person worship will be able to do so. So with that, when you arrive, our policy is simple enough. We are expecting all to wear masks and to be socially distant. And so when you come, if for some reason you forgot or don't have a mask, we will have cloth masks made by Jan Hathaway available for you at all 3 entrances. We will also have hand sanitizer at all 3 stations when you enter, and we encourage you to use them. And in lieu of not having attendance pads or hymnals, any writing utensils and such, we will be having a sign-in through QR code for whether you are new or have been a member a long time. We encourage you, there'll be instructions of how you can access that on your smartphone. And if you you don't want to mess with that, that is totally fine. We will have a clipboard option. Our head usher for this month is Darwin Newton, who has so graciously offered his leadership over the next 3 weeks. And so if you have any questions about how the reopening guidelines are going and what needs to be done, you can find him, and he will be in the sanctuary available to help you out with any questions that you might have. So when you get here at 10:30, we encourage you to find whatever seat makes sense for you. You will notice that there are pieces of blue tape throughout the sanctuary that have been marked off of where people can sit, still 6 feet apart from each other. And wherever you sit, we encourage you to stay seated within your family unit, whatever that is. So whoever is in your household, we encourage you to stay seated with them. You will notice that some of our pieces of tape are smaller than others, maybe for folks who have one person or a single family household, or 2 people. And then there are some larger pieces of blue tape for larger families. And so there'll definitely be some need for flexibility. And so again, if you have questions, please reach out to Darwin, our head usher. Otherwise, we encourage you to just be flexible and gracious as we make sure we are seated in a way where all feel comfortable and safe. Another thing to note, we will have access to bathrooms, but the only bathrooms available to use will be the bathrooms on the north side of the building by the nursery. Speaking of the nursery, we will not have childcare at least through the month of April. And so if you have children, bring them to worship. We would be so excited to have kids come, and we will make sure that they have some activities and maybe things to do. Otherwise, we're just happy to have folks available for worship as they are. And so with that, one more thing to note, we will also not be having congregational singing for the month of April. Again, we'll be reevaluating at the end of April, but based on what we are seeing from the CDC, we're wanting to make sure our risk is low for transmission of coronavirus. And so we will not be doing congregational singing, but we invite you to participate in the Holy Hum. And so we can be able to worship in a way that's meaningful and still safe. And we will still have 1 to 5 folks who will be participating by leading us in singing. And so we'll be very grateful for their gifts in this season. With that, we are so excited for reopening. If you have any questions before worship on Sunday, please reach out to me. And then again, on Sunday morning, Darwin will be the one to talk to our head usher. One more thing I forgot. Right now we have capacity to fit about 90 people safely and socially distant. And in the event we have more than 90 people, we have a backup plan. And so we will have our large TV in the fellowship hall ready to go, and we'll stream our online worship on YouTube, and there will be chairs down there. And so we're not anticipating that quite yet, but just in case, we want to make sure that everyone who comes has a place to worship. And so we are super excited as we lean into the season of new life, and we can't wait to see you, whether it be in person or online, this next Sunday. Bye, y'all.